Okay, time for a short little flight in the 150, and it looks like they have actually corrected this airport. Before there was a bunch of clouds over the area, and so things were kind of screwy, but now NE-71, also known as Neben Airstrip, my grandpa's old farm, and airstrip there is somewhat better. You can still see some weird little patches in it where it's trying to cover up some clouds. The farm looks a little odd. Still can't do grain bins, and the barns are houses, and there's a lot of trees, probably where there shouldn't be. But like these little valleys and everything are pretty perfect. Big tree line up here on the hills. And then the gravel road and other houses around. So, pretty awesome to see that this is in the game. Should have some hangars here, but it appears they are just buildings. But no big deal. I might have to find out how to mod in some buildings and make this look right. So, we're going to take off heading south and fly over Lexington, Nebraska, and then head down to Johnson Lake and land there at their grass strip. So, we are all set up and running because we started on the runway. Make sure that, and we don't need to, won't do this, but there's not any traffic here.
7-1 November Echo Traffic Cessna November 5 Kilo taking off runway 17 departing straight out.
We're going to give it a little bit and then release and parking brake off. There we go. Want to get it kind of wound up, get up off the ground before the trees. We should be able to easy, but I don't know how this thing's going to work on a grass strip. We are off. So I think just because if I go straight there, it's going to be like a 1 minute flight. So I am going to follow the gravel road, head through what they call Buffalo, and then head over to the highway and head south. So you'll see dirt roads turn to paved roads. That's just part of the AI when it has to fill in where a cloud was. There was a lot of clouds over this area. Make a left turn here. See what we got over here for the church. And they do have the church there. Buffalo Lutheran. Doesn't look like they got the new addition on there, but kind of spot on with that church there. There's the other road south. It's a rally road. Just get off to the left here a little bit so we can see the road. So yeah, right now we're over a bunch of clouds that were on the images they were using. You can see a paved road and then not a whole lot of detail in the actual land. It's just generated stuff. These are the hills, though, just above the Platte Valley. I'm telling you, this road could have the Buffalo Rally. I think it'd be pretty fun. And we're to the highway. So we're going to go ahead and turn right here. And follow the highway down south. See, the road kind of gets a little strange. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this thing out. Take a look around. So there is actually a different colored grass strip along the highway, just between the fence and the road. So that's not some weird AI thing. It does look like we got a lot of snow, maybe, on the north side of hills and ditches. So another area. I think this whole area was done early spring. Now this should be the dump up here. And then you can see we're coming out of the hills into the Platte Valley. We'll go check out Jim Kelly Field, where I pretty much grew up. Lexington's airport, and then named after Jim Kelly, pilot there, built his own kit planes. I think it was a RV. He also had a Cub, I believe. But yeah, he was really involved in the airport, and I annoyed the hell out of him when I was a little kid while he was working on his plane in the shop. They named the airport after him. So we got the landfill over here. Just to the left of Highway 20 over here. And now we're at the edge of the hills where you start seeing fields. That is all flat. Lexington is straight ahead. Now, in this area for some reason, and I don't know if it's just because I know the area better or paying attention more, but it seems like there's a lot of trees randomly put into fields. So, like this one here, you can see in the middle of the fields just to our front left. Now it's behind the pillar. Trees down there, so it's just the AI thinking that there is trees. Hopefully they can get that sorted out one day. There's definitely not this many trees in the area. And it feels like that. If there's any trees, it's along the sides of the field in farmhouses as wind breaks. So you can see off to the right, front right there, that's Johnson Lake. Got the airport and Lexington. So the lake is actually up in the hills to the south of the Platte Valley. More trees and fields. It's the darker fields that gets it. See, like, it gets the tree lines between the fields, but and around the houses, but should not be in the middle of those fields. Still so much better than anything we've ever had. Hop out and take a look again. Flat valley. Alright, so we're going to drop a little bit lower. Slow her down a bit. As we get closer to Lexington, you can see lots of trees over there. They got to get that worked out. Got the airport over there, runway and grass strip. Hopefully they've got buildings. When I was in Alpha, yeah, it looks like they're still missing the hangars. Not sure why it's not generating, but you know, it took X-Plane a while to even get the buildings in for Lexington, so kind of move off to this direction. And lots of taller trees here, not quite right around these first houses north of town. Then we have Lexington. I have just to our left in a second is going to be the high school, the football field, and the stands are an apartment because Flight Sim makes everything an apartment. The park in the middle of town. Junior high is over there with that track, then an elementary school back behind it. Got Highway 30. Downtown we're just over right now. Buildings are a bit bigger and modern, a little too modern. Got the trailer park over there. And then we got Dawson County Raceway, Platte Valley Speedway, whatever it's called now, at the fairgrounds. Then IVP, or I guess now Tyson. I'm still living in the 90s, I guess. Coming up here on the edge of town for the interstate, we've got all the hotels, Walmart, gas stations. And then the Platte River, which is a lot of sand and a tiny bit of water. And then just up ahead's Johnson Lake. Quick view outside. Back up into the hills. We'll do a lap around the lake, see if there's anything funky, and then land at the grass strip over here. So, lots and lots of cabins and houses out around here. It's a big enough lake to get away with it. There is the runway, the grass strip there. And the hundreds of houses, cabins along here. Here to the marina. Always a fun road to drive around the lake. It's got some nice bank turns around it. So all AI generated, so it's doing its best to guess what's going on. side. It's got some weird effects going on where it thinks some stuff isn't water, where it's just darker, greener, shallower water. But it also depends on when they take the image, because the lake can dry out pretty hard. It gets drained out for usage in farms. And then should be coming up on the dam over here and the golf course. So down under the dam, they've got the golf course, and now we got highway. We're gonna head back north. Grocery store down here, and can't really make out the old go-kart track down there, it looks like. They may have already tore it up. House is off the lake, but near it. Got the outlet. Should be a bridge over it. Should be a wooden one, but really doesn't matter. And then we're at the airport. We'll get turned around and landed. A nice little short flight over central Nebraska. Hard turn in here. Hopefully not stall. We're pretty high still, but I think I can get this done. Looking for it, wing up a little bit. There we go. Just getting it turned in time. Line it up and bring it down. See if I can make a smooth landing. Really hard to judge. A little uphill too. Bit rough. Extremely loud. Doesn't look like they have anything that looks like hangars, and I can't really remember where the hangars were. I thought they were over here, but yeah, maybe they are. Those buildings. I don't think we're gonna have any mowed down taxiways. We'll just park over here. Good enough. And that is from Neben to Johnson Lake. Quick 30-minute flight. A little bit to look at. And yeah, hope you enjoyed that. And I will try to figure out where we're going next. I think maybe heading up to Rapid City and taking a look at the Black Hills. So, thanks for watching.